Foster Huggins is born and raised right here in Kansas City. At the age of 16, Foster lost a very close friend of his to suicide, which led to him struggling with his own depression and suicidal thoughts. He decided he wanted to have a positive impact and began the Underwater Flyzone Podcast, which is all about positivity and his faith. He doubled down and began selling his own merchandise with positive messages to help people who are struggling with their own mental health as well. What he thought would be a small venture has grown into a large following for this Kansas City brand. We sit with Foster and have this important discussion around mental health, and we want to remind everyone, your life is worth living. Thank you, Foster, for being a light and sharing your story. This is Enterrupt KC. Enjoy this episode.
We would like to dedicate this episode to our family and friends in the Kansas City community and our audience fans in other states who have lost a loved one to suicide. Mm-hmm. We pray with you, we mourn with you, and we're strong with you.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you, D-Rod.
Yeah,
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Dude, when we talk about getting out in the city with Enterrupt KC,
yeah,
we are out in the city, man. Today we're in Lee Summit.
We're in Lee Summit.
We've not blessed Lee Summit yet, or Lee Summit has not blessed us until today, man.
Yeah.
So I love this, man.
Man, it's a beautiful spot, man. It's a little hike, man, but it's well worth it, man.
Well worth it,
it's
man. Well worth it, man.
I'm happy we're here where we're at, man.
Absolutely, man. And you know, I'm geared up with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Because 7-0, 8-0.
7-0, man.
We doing it, baby.
Yeah, we doing it, no doubt, man. There's great things, and they just keep on picking up some people, man.
Hey, keep picking them up, Chiefs. I know y'all watch this. Keep picking them up, right? You know, we're like, hey, you never know, right? So, man, with that, bro, like, I think we need to interrupt our guest.
We got a lot to talk about.
With this young man.
You know, I think we should get.
I want to know how old this dude is, man. So I'm gonna ask him that right out the gate. None other than by interrupt, by the way, we mean introduce our guest. None other than Foster Huggins, yo, man. What is
man?
up,
What's
bro?
up, man?
What's up with y'all, man? We're
chilling,
7-0. You know, I had to throw the Chiefs hat on.
Gotta rock it,
no
baby.
doubt, man.
This from Reset KC. Shout out.
Hey world, this is your opportunity to participate in the giveaway for this episode. All you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook or Instagram, tag Enterrupt KC, and share this episode. The final thing you have to do, answer the question: in what year did Foster Huggins start the Underwater Flyzone Podcast? Thanks for listening and watching. Good luck to everyone who participates. Enjoy.
Covered up the haircut, you know.
On purpose?
From Ro. No.
Oh,
Shout out Ro, my barber, though.
Okay.
Bro, people hate on the cut. They don't like they say you need to fade it. I said, nah, bro.
Hey, do you, man?
For real, bro.
Do you?
Apparently I have the Bobby Witt Jr. cut, is what I've been told. Like,
there we go.
The Bobby Witt cut?
Every day, bro. I get told every day you look like Bobby Witt.
You do, bro.
You know what?
I'm
man, now as you say that, right?
You do kind of resemble Bobby Witt.
He looks like me, though, because I'm older than that.
You older than Bobby?
I'm older than Bobby.
Okay, how old are you, bro?
I want you to guess. Let's start out with that.
Okay, you're older than Bobby. He's 24.
I say you're 25.
We might be the same age. It might be months older, but...
Okay, you're 24 then.
24.
Okay.
24, man. 24, man.
Yeah.
Okay, dope, man.
That's what's up, man. That's cool.
Man, look, man, we're out here in Lee Summit, man. I mean, thank you for the invite, bro. Like, thank you for making the time, man, for real.
For sure. Y'all could have been with anybody. There's so many talented people in KC, but you're here with me.
Yeah.
And I'll tell everybody where we're at. We're in my parents' basement in the warehouse. I think
we're in the lab, bro. We're in the lab.
Yes, sir.
We was looking for an industrial building. Like, where's the building?
Yeah,
man.
We come up into this mansion and shit, bro.
Man. Hey, I don't know about that. My dad works hard. My mom works hard. You know what I'm saying? But hey, this is the warehouse. Welcome,
love
boys.
it.
I appreciate you guys.
We're gonna have to get into a lot of stuff here, man.
I'm ready.
But Foster, bro, man, let's talk about you for a second, man. So, you born and raised Kansas City or what?
Yes, sir. So I was born in Overland Park. Grew up in Lee Summit, but I lived in Raymore for the first 2 years of my life. Moved into Raintree, which is in Lee Summit. And I've been here ever since, dude. And I love it. I love Lee Summit. Shout out Lee Summit, for real.
Shout out, man.
Glad to put Lee Summit on the map for Enterrupt KC, dude. Finally. About time, bro.
That's what it is, man. And it ain't going to be our last time, right, D-Ron?
No,
we're going to be making our way out here.
We'll be around.
We're going to make our way out here. So, man, you went to Lee Summit High School as you graduated?
Dude, it's funny because I actually didn't go to any Lee Summit school. I went to Ray Peck, Raymore Peculiar. This neighborhood I'm in is split in half. So, like, my neighbors up the street go to Lee Summit West.
Okay.
And I went all the way out 20 minutes to Ray Peck, even though West is a 5-minute drive.
On purpose or just because you was on this side of the line?
I'm in Cass County, bro. So it's weird how it works, but, you know, I'm grateful I went to Ray Peck because, bro, I wouldn't change a thing about that. Shout out everybody from Ray Peck. I'm going to be out there in a month doing a pop-up. So
No way, really? For real?
I love Ray Peck, dude. I'm not one of those guys that's going to hate on my high school, dude. I show love to my high school.
I feel that. We feel that.
Yeah, man, no doubt. No doubt. J.O. always goes to his high school.
Harmon, what's up, baby? You know,
you,
we had Dr. Stubblefield. Shout out Dr. Stubblefield. She's the superintendent for KCK School District.
Okay.
And I couldn't stop talking about Harmon.
Man.
She was probably like, damn, man, this dude is proud of his high school. I mean,
the Hawks, man.
You know, whoever would have thought, man, JLB talking to the superintendent of the school district.
Wild,
you know what I'm saying?
Wild,
you got to, right?
I love going back and, like, quick story, bro. Some surreal stuff happened. I always had this dream that when I went back to a high school football game that I'd be, like, recognized or something like that. I walk in. First thing I see is a girl walking by wearing my merch.
No way.
Like,
oh, wow.
First person I saw. And I'm like, bro, what?
Wow.
It's all about 5 other kids there wearing the merch. And I'm just like, bro,
right?
God is good.
Bro,
God is good. All glory to him, bro. That ain't me. That's all him. But
That's what's up, for
That's
sure.
what's up, man. Talk about that, man. You mentioned your merch, man. So, I mean, bro, you're only 24.
Yeah.
So tell us, man, what is the evolution of what we see here in front of us today, man? Like, where does this come from?
All right, y'all. We're going to get into it right now.
Let's do it.
How old were you, bro? How old were you? Let's go with that.
So when I started this, it started out as a podcast. When I started the podcast, bro, I'm up in my room upstairs, my old room. I was 21. It was in 2021. Yep, I was 21. It was June 21st, 2021.
Okay.
I'm using a microphone, a Yeti mic that I was borrowing from my friend Brock Johnson. So shout out Brock Johnson. And it was connected to a laptop picking up the audio that I borrowed from my friend Cooper. So shout out Cooper Simpson.
Yeah.
Borrowed mic, borrowed laptop, sitting there in my room, no video. Just straight to Spotify.
Just talking,
do a little episode. Man, don't go back and listen to it.
Oh, that's
Don't waste your time.
so it's out there, right? So it's out there.
Bro, I didn't know a thing. I didn't know a thing about how to do a podcast, but I'm sitting there, I chop it up with myself, just me.
Just talking.
For like 18 minutes, just trying to put out some motivation and put out a good message, because that's what this is all about, which we'll get into more later. But I also had this vision of, like, I want to do a merch drop with this podcast I'm doing. It'll probably get like 10 sales, whatever. Sold 80, I think it was like 82 shirts my first drop. And I'm just like, bro, this is different, you know? It was not a good design. I actually have not a good design, but this right here.
That's one of the OGs?
This is the OG, bro.
Underwater Flyzone.
First one ever. Got a little quote on the back.
What does it say on the back?
Man, I'm going to read it because I don't even remember.
Okay.
It says, do not be scared to fail. Be scared to regret not trying. Stop holding yourself back. So just a little,
man,
you know.
like, but I mean, that's deep. That's deep for a 20-year-old.
Hey, bro, but you know, I made this little shirt, and like I said, I didn't think it would sell to anybody. But next, you know, get all these orders coming in. I didn't know how to take orders, so I was doing it through Snapchat. If I on my phone, you could go to my notes page, bro. Just scrolling down, I had all this logged in my notes.
Watch out, bro. The IRS listening,
dude,
Foster.
Yeah. I got real official. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But like, dude, and also actually, I lost money on this drop. I had this thing of like, I don't care to profit. I just want to put the merch out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I sold it for the same price I bought it for, and then some people didn't pick their merch up. So like, that's why I still have that shirt like to this day.
Wow.
So I'm actually holding on to it for like a 10 years down the road. I'm thinking long term, but.
You gonna revamp it, bring it out,
do a little
twist to it.
Yeah, I'll be like, who missed out on the season 1 because I got one left. We'll talk about that later, maybe. But so I did that drop. Then we did season 2. Season 2, I was like, maybe this time we could break 100. Bro, we almost broke 200. We got like 190 on that drop. I'm like, dude, this is different, you know? Still not making money, though. I'm not trying to do it for profit. I think that time I marked it up to where I made like $3 a shirt.
And it's all just positive messaging.
Exactly, bro. I have I actually don't have any season 2 left. They're all gone. But it was season 3 that really changed things for me, bro.
Okay.
You have one of those. This is when I dropped the message that has taken over.
Yeah.
Your life is worth living.
That's
I
3.
put that on the front. This is season 3. Got a little moon on the back. So Vincent Van Gogh, he did the Starry Night painting. And he ended his life to suicide.
Yeah.
So I wanted to put the Van Gogh moon, but I didn't know how to design, so I just put some random moon off of Google Images.
That's okay.
Sold 600 of these.
Wow.
600 sales, bro. And that's when I was like, that's when my parents started looking at this as like, oh, this isn't a hobby. This is like something that could
be a business. It might be a business.
Yeah, and then I always knew, like in my head, I was like, I know this will be big. I didn't know it would happen that fast.
Right.
Though.
Yeah.
So when I'm walking
like,
to
what
class,
was the time span between 1, 2,
dude,
and 3?
1 dropped in July, so like a couple weeks after the first podcast.
Okay.
The next drop was in December. Season 2 was in December.
So 6 months, 6 months later.
Something like that. And then the next drop was in the next June. So
like
about
in a
year
year.
later.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is while I was in college and stuff. So like I was like half in, half out. But after that drop, I was like, yo, this is different. You go to class, bro. You go to class at school and you can't go to class without seeing at least 10 people wearing the merch.
No
like,
way.
It was
Right.
insane, bro. It was
What school was that?
Northwest Missouri State. Shout out the Bearcats.
Hey.
Yeah. So once that happened, bro, I started to really think like this is different. I did another little merch shop, the ACDC ripoff.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't copyright
yeah.
me. But did that merch drop and it did good. Sold like 100,
Okay.
And I got to the point where I was like, I could drop anything, it'll sell 100. So I did another merch drop, and this is where God humbled me right here. Did another drop. The first 4 I took pre-orders, right? So I got the orders came in before the merch was purchased. So I knew that I wouldn't really take like a serious L,
Yeah.
This next drop, though, I was confident. I was like, bro, I'm going to just order 100 because I know I'm going to sell 100.
You're going to sell them, right.
I only sold like 12.
Wow.
So I'm in the hole, dude. It was not great. And I'm just sitting here like, dude, should I even keep doing this? Like, I'm like $1,000 deep out of my own savings. Like, I still didn't have a business account at this point. And I'm just like, dude, what is happening? Like, that's when I realized, though, God showed me that I can't do this on my own. I have to, take his lead, follow his lead, and pray down a plan, bro. So I started praying and being like, God, how can I make this work? Like, I don't want to give up.
Yeah.
And I got this calling of inviting somebody into the brand. So that's when my boy Connor Olson, better known as Brad Poles on Instagram. Shout out Brad Poles.
Shout out.
He hops in, right? And we say, bro, the past is the past. I'm 1,000 deep. Forget about it.
Right.
Yeah.
We both put in like $2,000
Yeah.
and did this merch drop where we did that logo you see.
Yeah.
It was a merch drop with that logo. First time we unveiled that logo. We ordered 100 pieces again.
Yeah.
We said it's now or never, bro. We also did those hats too.
Yeah.
So we're like, we'll see what happens, If it works, it works. If it don't, we tried, and we'll be able to die one day saying at least we gave ourselves a shot. At least we knew what. At least we took this chance,
Yeah, for sure.
Sold out in 14 hours.
Wow.
Like
Is that
all
right?
100 were gone, bro. And I'm like, all right.
Is this like online now?
It was
or?
online. That was our first time doing it on through our website.
Did you promote it any kind of way? Like,
Dude,
how'd you get all that?
We did a little photo shoot, called some homies up. We went around the town, and we were doing that for the other drops too. But this drop was different because we stopped using the old quality. That all the first merch I was doing was not very good quality shirts.
Right.
We started using these new material, new print shops. Shout out Street Warehouse. That's when Street Warehouse started doing our printing, and it's been up from there, bro. We probably sold like 6,000 pieces at this point. I mean, I could go back and do the numbers.
Yeah.
But rough estimate, I bet there's over 6,000 pieces.
And that's in a time frame of.
Now that was from let's see, that was last summer. Not this past summer, but the summer before. So like, what was that? Summer 2023 is when it started to get legit. And then we started doing pop-ups, and then we started, getting real supporters from all over the country. I started shipping orders out to Texas, Washington, every state.
Who was buying it, man? Like, talk about who was your biggest, consumers of your product.
Yeah, well, so I have a target audience of, I would say, probably 18 to 25-year-olds. That's like kind of who we target with the streetwear look.
Yeah.
But, bro, we had grandmas buying this.
Right.
We had little kids buying
Well, I'm
this.
sure for their own reasons.
Everywhere,
in fact,
bro.
Too, man.
Yeah, our message just resonates with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
It's so, my grandma was telling me the other day, she was like, it just catches you off guard. Like you walk down the street, you expect to see, a Royal shirt, a Chiefs shirt, a shirt that has some saying on it, but nothing that just calls you out. Your life is worth living. Boom. Man. And it just hits. And I think that's why, we've been successful. And that's why I haven't switched the design up. It's been over a year, almost a year and a half. And the merch order that's coming in tomorrow, same design. We switch it up here and there. Like we got these race tees. We do some things for different, different things. But that logo means so much to me, and I've said it before.
So talk about the logo, man. Who came up with that? Like how'd that generate itself?
That's like some graffiti lettering, bro.
Yeah, you already know, bro. We wanted to mix streetwear with a positive message because y'all might know like Half Evil or Hellstar or these brands. It's like they make dope stuff, but like I'm not trying to wear that message, I'm trying to wear like a positive message. And I was like, we could be that brand that puts that out. So, I love graffiti. I love, we wanted to make a streetwear brand. So me and my homie, we came up with this Your Life is Worth Living logo. He actually did it. So Connor Olson, Brad Poles, everybody right now, just know I did not design that. That's all Connor Olson.
Shout out, man.
And it's been crazy. I wish he could be with me here right now, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But the paragraph at the bottom, right? So you got the Your Life is Worth Living, and then you got the paragraph down there. That paragraph means a lot to me. There was a kid that, took his life, and I didn't know him, but I knew his cousins. Yeah. I sent a very long version of that paragraph to his cousin the night, that it all happened. And she said that it saved her life. And I ain't no savior. God put those words into my mouth,
You just
into my
shot her a
fingers.
text or something?
Yeah, I shot her a text. God gave me those words to say, so he's the savior, but, it was that message that she said saved her life. So, because when you lose a family member, it was her cousin. When you lose a family member in that way,
Or even friends,
right?
Even friends, man. Man. It don't matter.
For real. Those thoughts get passed right to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that message means a lot. And I was just like, bro, how many people
I can't wait to read that, man.
Yeah. I mean,
for sure.
Foster, man, like, so the positivity in your message is clear. Like, you can read it and just know it's a positive message, right? But talk about what the inspiration behind it, like where did this come from? I mean, it came from your heart, clearly. You tell talking about you really care about this,
for sure.
So talk about what's the inspiration. Why did you want to give this inspiration rather, good positive messaging to people?
Yeah, bro. So April 22nd, 2017, my homie, his name's Kyle. He comes over, throwing a football around, throwing a baseball around, went fishing, ate dinner together. Normal day, bro. I was with this kid every single day. This kid, Kyle, he's my best friend, but we called him our third brother. My brother Carson, me and him, that was our third brother, bro. He was over here all the time. Next day, we were supposed to hang out. We didn't just because we had some family stuff come up. And we're like, whatever. We see this dude every day, so it's all good. The next day, I'm sitting in fourth block English class. I'm sitting in fourth block English class, just chilling, just finished a test, had my head down, and my aunt who worked in the front office comes in. And she told my teacher, Foster, you're leaving. You're coming with me. And I'm like, let's go out of school.
I'm out of school.
Dude, I was so hyped. And I was like, see y'all later. Walking out of here is the end of the year, April. Weather was turning nice. Good times.
Right.
I'm walking out with my aunt, and I'm just like, feeling good, bro. I'm out of school on a Monday too. So it's a Monday, and I'm like, peace, y'all. I'm not trying to be here. But then my aunt was giving me some weird vibes, bro. I knew pretty much instantly. I was like, something's off here. Yeah. So I asked her, I said, Aunt Chrissy, is something wrong? Like, why am I leaving school early? I did not expect
you never get me out.
Yeah, I'm like, for real. I'm like, this ain't ever, I've never been this lucky before. Like, what's going on here? Little did I know, you know what I'm saying? I said, is everything good? And she said, Foster, it's not your family. And I was just like, right when she said it's not your family, I'm like, what do you mean it's not my family? What happened? And she's like, I can't tell you. Your parents are outside. Your family's here. They're going to tell you, but I can't tell you. And I'm like, just tell me real quick. Like, it's not a big deal. Just tell me. It's not a big deal. And she's like, I can't tell you, but I love you. She hugs me. And I hugged her, told her I loved her. I walk out the school, see my mom, dad, and brother all outside of the school on a Monday. So my dad should be at work. My mom should be at work. My brother should be at middle school. So
you're like, it's not my family, but my whole family's here.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, whatever happened, they're good. Yeah. So that's cool. But what the heck happened? Like, did our house burn down? Did my dog die? Like, what happened here? So I walk out, and right away they just say, Foster, Kyle. I'll tell you exactly what they said. My mom said Kyle shot himself last night, and my first thought was, like, not that he died. I thought it was like some accident, some freak accident. I was like, well, he's good, right? Like, shot himself in the foot. Like, he's good.
Right,
I mean, the dude was kind of crazy, you know? He was a funny dude.
Now, how old was he?
He was, so I was 16. He was my little brother's age. He was 14. 14, bro. And I'm just like, his birthday just had happened too, so he just turned 14.
Wow.
So I'm just like,
when that happened.
Yeah, I'm just like, he's good. Like, shot himself in the foot. Like, he's fine. And my dad was like, no, he's not fine. He passed away. And just right then, like, I didn't cry. I just, like, it was like, you know, when you're in a dream and you're just like, all right, I'm gonna wake up now.
Yeah, man.
It's like I wanted to wake up, and then I just never could wake up because I was awake. It was happening, you know.
Right.
And the version of me that walked out of that school died, and I was never the same person. And a new version of me was born, and it was a very, like, depressed and broken version of myself. But and that lasted for a while, you know. I was very depressed. I said this the other day on a podcast. I was just talking about how when someone commits that act, I feel like they think their suicidal thoughts will go away, but they don't go away. They just get passed on to the people that loved you, you know? Right. So I actually had some suicidal thoughts myself, just thinking about, like, man, how can the world be so cruel? Like, what's the point of this life? Just horrible thoughts, bro. But
and that's pretty common, right, man?
Was it your first time? I mean, probably obviously with the suicide of a friend. But just like loss of somebody you loved.
Bro, my dog died. My other dog died before this. That was the hardest thing I went through up until that moment.
Up until that moment. That's what I mean. Yeah.
I carried the casket at Kyle's funeral. It was a blessing and a curse because, it was a blessing. I was honored. Yeah. But it was also like 16-year-old kid carrying my best friend. I just wasn't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Right. His funeral, I've never saw it rain so hard. You know, it's just pouring. It felt like a movie, bro. We're standing out there at his burial site, just drenched in a downpour. You know what I'm saying? So, it felt like a movie. But about a year later, 2 days before the 1 year anniversary, I've dealt with depression that whole year. But 2 days before the 1 year anniversary, it was honestly a really hard night for me just leading up because I was editing this video. I was making him a tribute video. So I'm like reliving all this while dealing with this. And I was down myself. But I woke up and my mom had looked like she had been through something. She found out some bad news. So I was like, what now? You know? She sits me and my brother down and tells us that another kid had committed suicide, the kid I told you all about earlier. I didn't know the kid. I knew of the kid, but I did know his cousins. Wow. They were kind of the cool kids in school, you know? Sure. They were I was not, to be honest, but they were the cool kids in school, and I was like, should I reach out? Should I not? I've never talked to them, but I know exactly how they feel right now. So I said, screw it, bro. I have to reach out. So I reached out. And it took me like the whole day to debate, should I not? But I did. And that's when Morgan Houston, shout out Morgan, she's been a big member of our brand as well, but she told me that message saved her life, and that's when everything kind of changed for me. I was like, this story has played so much negative in my life. How about I switch the narrative and do something good with it? So from that point on, bro, I've been trying to find ways to, spread a good message and, be a light in the world because there's so much darkness, bro. I'm trying to be a light in a dark world, Man.
So, you know what, Foster, man, we've heard that a number of times on this podcast.
Bro, there's a lot of good people in the city, for sure.
Honestly, man, I'm just thankful that we've been able to talk to a handful of them. One of the things I wanted to ask you about your friend, man, your third brother, is Kyle, sorry.
Yeah.
Did he ever like share or express? I mean, did you ever see anything anything to make you believe or understand he was struggling with that?
Never, bro. Not one time.
Not one time.
You literally could have told me a million different. I would have guessed a million different guesses what my parents would have told me walking out of that school. I never would have guessed what they told me. No clue, bro. And now that I'm so aware of knowing signs and whatnot. I feel like maybe back then, maybe I could have saw something, but that's me digging, bro.
There
was nothing.
Nothing like ever came out like
bro.
family ever said, well, this is what we found out, or nothing like that.
No.
Wow.
It's just like it's honestly something I just had to accept, because for a while I was like, I gotta know what happened. Like, if someone was picking on this dude, I gotta know what happened. You know what I'm saying? But
which is something common too.
Yeah, it is. And then, but I honestly, I don't think that's what it was. I don't know what it was. I don't even want to guess what it was.
Right.
I'm so at peace with the whole thing. I'm like, bro, it is what it like.
Well, like you
can't
said,
change
man, after the time it took you to, you're going into dark places as well.
Yeah, bro.
Right. And then trying to overcome that, man, yourself, and you're dealing with that, bro. I mean, so coming out of it, you're not trying to go back.
Yeah,
and think
not
about
at
it.
all, bro. And I'll dig into it a lot on this on my podcast, but I just feel like that defined my life for a while, but now I don't want that to define me, I'm not, that's not me,
Right.
That's a situation that happened to me, but I'm me, bro. I'm a child of God, God's got bigger plans for me than that situation. So I'm just like, I'm going to take that lesson. The devil won that battle in my brother's life, but he ain't going to win the battle in my life,
when things like that happen, man, it leaves long-lasting, it affects long-lasting family, friends, man, that puts them in different spots for a long time, man.
Yeah,
and some people, they don't shake it, bro.
Well, I mean, listen, man, like, D-Rod and I, a little over a year ago, we lost one of our good friends.
Good guy,
Mark Thomas, man. Shout out Mark, man. Shout out Teresa, the family.
Sorry to hear that.
He took his own life. And, it eats me up, bro.
Yeah.
Like, to this day, talking about it right now, it eats me up because, you always kind of, to your point, like you early on, especially, we're not even 2 years away. It's like, why, man? Like, why'd you do that? Why, why didn't I call more? Why didn't I go see him? Why this? Why that? Right? Why didn't I spend more time? Whatever. And
sometimes just to talk, just to shoot the shit.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
Is what kind of like where JL's talking about. Like we've talked like this amongst ourselves. Like man, he going through some shit, and this is for everybody and anybody, right? Man, sometimes you just feel like, man, if I just talk to him. Maybe something been a little different.
That's why I asked those questions, man, just because, we've experienced a year and a half ago, a good friend of ours is gone,
sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate, you talking about that. But you're right, man. Like, at the end of the day, you shouldn't let it hold you back.
Yeah, bro.
You push forward, man, and, these thoughts, this brand started popping in your head, or what? What happened,
bro,
man?
So, well, like I was saying, like, the devil wanted to take that situation and then like multiply it into everyone that loved him's lives.
Yeah.
And I just was like, dude, no. Like my brother's legacy is more important to me than this pain that you're trying to make me feel. So I freaking healed from the situation, and I do this in tribute of Kyle, obviously. Keep his legacy alive.
Right.
Taking his Christmas tree out to his grave here in a couple days. Every year I do that. I've done this to keep his legacy alive, but also to make some light out of that dark situation,
Right.
And that's a message I have, the pain you go through in your life, that is obvious. I mean, that's honestly your biggest progress you make. Like, it's like in the gym, bro, when you're lifting that heavy weight, that's when your muscles are really growing the most. But in life, whenever you're going through that heavy weight, that's when your soul and your mind, and that's when you are growing the most as a person. So,
man, well said, man.
Dude, it just took over for me. Like, I just for real, that night, whenever Morgan told me that what I said had helped her, I was like, bro, there are people out there struggling. There are suicide. The statistics, I don't have them memorized, but I know they're crazy, dude. It's a real problem.
Bro, I got them.
We got statistics, man, because we try to prepare as much as we can for these types of conversations. Go ahead, D-Rod. I'll let you throw some out.
I pulled up something on the World Health Organization, man, and it said that it's north of 720,000 a year is the one that I pulled up and I've seen, man. And third, the ranking third is the ages of them is 15 to 29. Bro.
Yeah.
And we can go to all kinds. there's crazy shit going on, like, you know, that makes me think, and I wonder, you know, I heard and I read, and I don't know how true this, I don't know if you're familiar with it or not, but like Oregon, like they, you know, even Oregon, which is wild out anyway, state, you know, and they do some type of assistance with that, which is a weird thing.
I never knew that, but that's...
Yeah. Is that like euthanasia?
Yeah, and even Canada, you know, like I seen and I pulled up and I found that Canada, bro, as they got like, I think within the last year, like they're up 13,000 of assisted, you know, and I mean, granted, and it doesn't define exactly what it is. And some of it kind of seems like it's, I mean, either way, it seems kind of shitty, man. Like it ain't right, you know, but if it's due to illness or something like that, like, but why? You know, bro, that's what I wonder, man. In Oregon,
that's the magic. That's the magic pill, question, right? Or magic answer. I mean, I think, you know, so many reasons. I mean, here's some stuff I read, Foster. Nearly 1 in 10 men suffer from depression, and anxiety. That's 10% of men,
and that's.
I mean, think
less
about
than
that.
I thought you were going to say. Honestly,
less than half of them will seek treatment. And men are 4 times more likely to die by suicide than women.
80%.
4 times more likely.
80%.
Yeah, and just some other ones, man. I'll stop here. This is the scary part, because you were talking about young people, and your friend was 14.
Yeah.
It says that ages 10 to 24 suicide. There's more suicide deaths than any other medical reason for people ages 10 to 24.
Yeah.
Dude.
Suicide is the highest thing that kills those age groups than any other medical reason.
Yeah.
And it's tripled between 2007 and 2017 for people ages 10 to 14 years old. Tripled.
Yeah.
Tripled.
In 10 years, it tripled.
Yeah.
And roughly 7 to 8% of adolescents have attempted suicide each year.
Yeah.
Dude, those statistics,
Yeah.
and I love data, because data to me tells you a story. It's scary.
Bro.
It is scary.
When you read those off, I think back to, so last year I was an elementary PE teacher. That's what I went to school for. I did it for a year, and then the brand started really popping. So I went all in.
All right, kids, put the basketballs away. I'm going to do something else.
I'm out, y'all. But, bro, like, I'm telling you, I really loved all those kids. Even the ones that drove me crazy, I loved those kids, bro. And when you read those statistics off, I taught 400-something kids, bro.
Yeah.
Off those statistics, just thinking about even one of those kids, even the kid that drove me the most crazy, like any of them, bro. If any of them went out that way, bro, I don't even want to think about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so that just motivates me, and that's part of the reason I wanted to step away, is just because I'm like, dude, what I'm doing here has to be done. Like, I got to go harder than ever. I can't have any distractions. We need to go all in with this. I mean, I do work 3 jobs, but besides those, I do this harder than ever right now. I'm out there doing pop-ups every weekend. You know, we're about to get the podcast back rolling after a little break. But
talk about your pop-ups, man. So you go out, man. You know, you started at least doing one. I'm sure it was here in Kansas City somewhere, which I saw you down at Made Mob. Shout out Made Mob.
Sir. Shout out Made Mob for sure.
You know, I saw your pop-up down there. But then, man, you know, started checking out your social media, man. You was in Chicago, Arkansas. I mean, you travel, bro.
Yeah, we got a message that needs to be heard, bro. So I don't care about my time. I'll sacrifice a weekend. I'll do what I got to do to reach people, bro. So,
and people love it.
Yeah. And first of all, it's a good time. Like, straight up, I have a good time out there. Second of all, we're on a mission. Like, we're not playing around. Like, we are here to make this message heard by everybody. You know, I truly believe that our team and our message and our brand has the power to change the world. A lot of people say they want to change the world, but it's like, what are you really doing? You know, I'm really trying to give my all to making sure people see this message. So every time we sell a shirt at a pop-up, that's in my head. I'm like, all right, that's one more person that's going to wear this message around their back.
10 people are going to see it.
Dude, who knows how many people will see this message. And I'm sure there's multiple cases out there where I've even heard of a couple. So I know there's a few where someone saw this shirt and it made their whole day, or it helped them in a situation. It made them realize, you know, there are people out there that care, you know. So
it's almost like sorry, D. Right? It's almost like you know, they say if you hold the door for somebody, it's like, you know, a friendly gesture, and then they're going to hold the door for somebody, and it just keeps going, right? That's like literally like reading like your life is worth living. You know, it just makes you smile. You know,
so have you had people like reach out to you like for venting, to be like, I need to talk to you, or I need to talk to somebody, or I mean like to try and talk them off the edge, right?
I love that you asked that question, because bro, it's slowed down recently because we haven't been putting in as many reels out, but when I get these reels going again, I'm sure it'll pick back up. For the past year, it was daily. I'm talking like daily, and I'm on phone calls with random people throughout the whole country. I don't even know who these people are.
The ledge?
I wouldn't say I've been in a situation where they're like, I'm about to do it, and I've never been in that situation, but I've been in a lot of situations where it's just people being like, I don't see a point. Like, I see your message, your life is worth living. I want to believe it, and I'm just like, bro, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you about God, because that's the way, bro. You know, let me tell you about this. I feel like I've really helped people. I got people that call me regularly, you know?
Really?
And what I'm really trying to get into is traveling and doing events at schools. So I've been down to Missouri State. I'm going out to Mizzou this month.
Nice.
I'm going to Archie, little high school, like 30 minutes from here. Just to tell my story and, you know, give out my message. And
you brought up your socials and your message, and so let's give that out there, man. What's your IG? What social do you get on? Let's give that shout out, man. What it is? Instagram,
uwfz.podcast on Instagram, Underwater Flyzone on YouTube, and then our website's just about to drop. We got an old website. Don't worry about that. We got a new website coming.
Okay.
And it's uwfz.store, or you could look up fosterhuggins.com and it'll show up as well. You could book me for speaking events. You can shop our merch, and you can find the podcast on there. And, you know, you could also apply to get on our podcast. There's like a little link you got to hit, and then just fill out the application. And then we pretty much take anybody, but we just want to make sure that people are not coming on the podcast to just talk about themselves. They want to come on and you can share your story, but you also got to provide something to the listeners that are giving their time to listen, you know? And we've never declined anybody. So just apply. We'll throw you on, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, man, you know, before we go any further, man, I do got to give a shout out, because the whole reason, D-Rod, that I even reached out to, we really even reached out to Foster here with Your Life is Worth Living, is because we was at Outlaw smoking a cigar. And I bump into this young cat, and, you know, we've been trying to look for somebody to do a cigar episode with. And he's like, oh, man, you guys do a podcast, da-da-da. He's like, man, you need to have my friend. And I'm like, who's your friend? And he's like, his name's Foster, man. He has this Underwater Flyzone podcast. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. When he said that, I thought, man, what's fishing? How are we gonna work fishing into this, bro? I'm not gonna lie, dude. This before I looked you up, you know, anything. And he was telling me a little bit about, you know, your story and of course your friend. And man, it's like, okay, this is dope. Like, for real. Like, and I said, he's in Kansas City? He's like, yeah, man, he's out there in Lee Summit. I said, oh, okay. That's dope. I forgot his name.
Man, whoever it is, I appreciate you. You know, I get all my friends hitting me up.
He works at Outlaw. He works at Outlaw in North Kansas City.
Cigar spot.
Redhead dude, buzz cut. I can't remember.
Dude, but could be Aiden McClinney, but no, he doesn't work there. I don't know.
It's all good.
Hey, shout out to you. I get messages all the time like, bro, I was just telling so-and-so about your brand, and I'm like, appreciate you, bro. And then I'm like, I wonder if anything will ever come of that. So the fact that that's why we're here, I think you might have said that, but I forgot that's why we're here, bro. That's amazing. We got a good support system, and if it wasn't for them, I would not be doing it.
So man, go ahead, Darby.
No, what I wanted to ask you, Foster, man, was that you said how some people reach out and they, you know, ask you, like, describe that, you know. Do you think it's because maybe most people believe that there's no any type of access to any type of help, so when they see that, they're like, well, maybe there is, and they're kind of going in a dark spot, right? And it seems like when they do that, they just need some type of reassurance, man, that, hey, man, maybe somebody can kind of help me out and guide me to a better spot, right?
Yeah.
That's what I get out of when people call you, right? What do you think about that, right?
I think that a lot of people just need somebody to listen to their story, bro. Like, I feel like sometimes the things I say back is not relevant because I think just them sharing their story to somebody who will listen was enough, you know?
Right. And it's kind of like a course correct, man. Like they need to correct this course that they're on. Yeah. And if they're steering off into somewhere dark and feeling like they're helpless or something, you know, they got to course correct that life. And that's what it's all about, man. It's trying to talk to somebody to get them right. Bro.
It's funny because my kids I used to teach, they were kindergarten to 5th grade, you know, little kids, but they're not a whole lot different from some of the adults I'll meet. And what I mean by that is there's some adults that have trauma from those age, like that age, back when they were 5, 6 years old. They experienced some trauma and they never had anybody to talk to about it, and it still affects them when they're 30 years old. You know what I'm saying?
I know a few.
Bro, I just that's why I loved teaching, because I was meeting those kids right where they were at. You know, I was having talks that PE teachers probably want to talk to their kids about, you know what I'm saying? There was this one kid, dude, little 2nd grader. He honestly changed my whole life. Like talking to this kid, I'm about to do a episode. One of my first episodes back will be titled "A 2nd Grader Changed My Life," because it's true, bro. This kid, he was a troubled child. He had this little chart, right? So he's got to get 16 smiley faces throughout the day. Yeah.
Man, that's a lot.
Out of 19, right?
You would think it's a lot, right?
Yeah. But he never met his goal, bro. Actually, I take that back. He needed 13 out of 16.
Okay.
So he needed to hit 13 to get a little sticker, and if he got 5 stickers, he got a prize, whatever. He never hit it, but I started meeting with this kid morning and afternoon.
Okay.
I'm talking 2 weeks into us meeting, he stopped, you know, messing up. He started getting the 13 every day. Next thing you know, he's starting to get 16 out of 16. Next thing you know, he's actually being one of the leaders in his class.
Wow.
He would slip up here and there, bro, but on average, he just started being a really good kid. And I
what was you telling him?
Dude, I was just letting him talk to me in the morning about what'd you do last night.
Just letting him get it off of him.
Yeah, bro, and I just listened to him, and he, you know, I'm not gonna share little but this dude, you know, he'd been through some stuff at 8 years old, and just letting him share about it, and you know, me being there to support him. I didn't have a lot to say to a little kid, but you know, he says stuff to me, and I say, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Want to go throw a football? You know, we just play around, and I just was there, and he knew I cared about him.
Get his mind off of it.
Yeah, bro, and it broke my heart to leave the school. But I still see him. I go to his football and soccer and
baseball games. I had the opportunity, man, a couple times, bro, and it wasn't too long ago that I had a friend of mine call me, and he was there.
Oh, really?
He was there, bro. And I was on the phone with this guy, man, good friend of mine, and man, I was on the phone with him about an hour and a half, and he was like, I'm ready, man. I can't take it. Can't do all this. And what do you do, man? You know, but come on, man. No. Don't do that. Here we go, man. Let's talk. Here we go, man. Me and you were talking, and and man, it was after the fact. You know, I think I called him later on, like, you good? He's like, I'm good, man. I needed that, you know. Yeah. Man, it's different, man. It's crazy, you know. Just and this is a grown man, bro, right?
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
You know, I could. The reason I say that is, man, because you know you're talking about a young child, and what about all those younger children, man, the teenagers who don't have that,
exactly,
right? You know, man. I don't know, man. It's just
I mean, and you know, the thing I was gonna say is, kind of to the point, you know. More than half of the men are going to attempt suicide or die by suicide, or they won't ask for help, right? And it's crazy how, as a society, and I'm sure you've seen it, Foster. You know, there's still like this conversation around suicide, depression, anxiety. You know, the things that lead up to suicide. It's become a conversation that people can have in society. I mean, we're having it right now. Yeah. But still, people, particularly men, young men, struggle with this, you know? I mean, have you had people approach you physically and say, just, you know, through your pop-ups or whatever and say, man, I'm really struggling with this. You know what I mean?
I had a guy at a pop-up. So we were doing a different pop-up, one of these dream events. If I could get in there one day, it would make my whole life, you know? And I was in there. And then I signed up for another event the same day. So I was kind of two places at once.
Wow.
Thankfully, I got my team behind me, you know? But I just happened to go out. So I'm at my dream event's going on, but I just happened to go out to the other event.
Yeah.
I'm there for 5 minutes, meet this guy who had just lost his son to an act of violence. It was just some ignorant stuff. He should not. It's a horrible situation. I don't know the specifics, but it had just happened, dude. And he looked at this shirt we made. It says "Finish Your Race" on it. And he said, man, on Friday, so this was like a day.
Yeah, Saturday.
A day later, yeah. He's like, on Friday, when I talked at my son's funeral, I felt like I finished my race. I was dealing with this pain all week about all this, but when I really got closure and I feel like I finished my race, and I'm just like, what is bro? Yeah, God is good, dude. I don't even know why. I wanted to make a NASCAR shirt, and then I was like, should I not? Right. Does it have a point behind it? And I was like, finish your race. You know, that might hit with somebody. Yeah. Bro, now here I am sitting at Union Station talking to this dude, and I'm just like, man, what we've done really resonates with this guy. So, dude, at pop-ups, I get that. That's the one that comes to head right away.
Well, and he's a grown man.
Yeah.
Lost a kid.
I mean, he had 5 kids, and he just had lost his oldest, I believe. I think it was his oldest. It's just do
you think, man, I mean, before we started, we were talking about social media, right?
Yeah.
And kind of like, now we're all paying attention to it. You're a content creator, you got a brand, we're content, right?
Yeah.
And it's crazy how, we were just having this conversation with Brian B. Shining. Us, especially, we're up in age, right? Up in 40s. And we were around before social media.
Yeah.
Like, we lived a life before social media,
before
right?
And after.
Like, we remember the 90s and the 80s, and I know kids think it's real cool today, but I'm like, boy, y'all don't know.
Yeah.
It was so fun in the 80s and 90s, man. We went outside, we knew everybody,
Drank out of water hoses.
Yeah, you see all the memes, right? And so now it's like social media for 20 years pretty much has just
overcame.
It's just taken. Social. It's desocialized people.
Oh my goodness,
right?
For sure.
I'm sure you've seen that, bro.
Yep.
Can you talk about that a little bit,
bro? Well, one thing that social media has done is caused a lot of people to compare themselves to somebody else, even though that person that the person's putting on social media might not even be how their real life is.
Real.
Yeah, and honestly, I could almost guarantee it's not. We don't post our bad moments. We don't post our I didn't post and talk about how I only made 12 orders and I was $1,000 deep. I only post the lit pop-ups.
Right.
People probably have this perception like, oh wow, he's killing it, and I'm like, y'all don't know.
They don't understand the struggle.
Yeah, but that's like just one example. Like, people in life as well, you compare yourself and think like, oh, I see this kid on my feed that's making $20K a month at age 19, and I'm sitting here thinking, what am I doing wrong? You start comparing yourself. No wonder we have a mental health crisis, and that's just one example, bro. You got so many I feel like the whole mental health crisis is a result of social media and people not also not knowing how to communicate anymore, and kind of being able to say whatever the heck they want and have no repercussions.
Did you hear the story that just happened I know not too long ago, maybe you heard it, Nick, or you, JL, that AI was linked being responsible for a 14-year-old
What?
that committed suicide?
No way.
Yeah, man, pull it up somewhere, man. And,
AI.
AI. He was this young kid, this young boy, was on some AI chat deal, and he was down and out and talking to the AI, and the AI was more or less, and what they said on this news deal was, what it was basically doing was like, well, if you don't feel good, then do something about it. Like, it wasn't like registering to talk them out.
Yeah, because it doesn't have that emotion.
Yeah, it don't have that emotions, and it was like, well, if that's what it is, and what are you gonna do? And he's like, whatever, and it just escalated to where
Man.
He did it, man. I mean, come on, man. I mean, to your point, right, about social, man, and that's where, bro, that's where.
Well, one thing, man, and I'll tell you, man, because I'm much older than you are, Foster, but the one thing we don't talk about with this conversation is how much parents have had to evolve with this. I mean, you got to understand, like we just said, I grew up in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
So I grew up with, never being told really, and I love my parents, I love them to death, how special I was and how, I love you so much and hug me and love me. And I didn't grow up like that, right? But I also didn't have anything to constantly compare myself to unless I was at school, right? Which I didn't even really do that.
Yeah, exactly.
But now my kids both grew up with social media, and early on as a parent, man, I struggled with this because I was like, what are they thinking about? Like, why do I gotta hug them and love them? And, this is weird,
Yeah.
But now I'm much older and, my children seeing that and seeing some struggles, and I'm like, okay, I gotta evolve with this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because you can't expect young people to evolve.
Yeah,
y'all don't know no different. You didn't know what it was like before social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's unfair. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about that enough,
bro. No, we don't. And I also think that, to be honest, there's a line as well, because you can set a kid up to where they believe they're the most special thing in the world.
Oh,
but
man.
Life's tough, bro. It'll knock you down, and it will knock you down 100%. I've already learned that, bro. I've learned that like 20 times, and I'm 24. And you gotta be ready for that, because if your whole life you've been set up to believe that like you're the best, most special thing in the world, bro. Life's got a way of being life.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like one of my sons right here in this room with us, and my other at home. And I've told them this since they started high school. Both him and my youngest. Do not let high school be the peak of your life.
Please don't,
man. The peak, because that's that individual. That's the most athletic they're going to be. They're going to be the most athletic in the population there. Right. The most handsomest, the most beautiful, the smartest. So everybody puts them on these pedestals. But guess what? When they're done, they come out here into the real world.
Yep.
And then they're going to see like, oh man.
Well, there's that saying, man. That it says everybody wants to be special, but special people just want to be normal.
Right. Love that.
Man,
that's kind of dope. I heard that, man. I heard that a while ago, man. I was like, damn, I gotta remember that. And to what you're saying, right? I mean, to that point, man. Social media and everything else, and the kids, man. Sometimes people just want to not have the crowd following them.
Yeah.
Do you stay in touch with the family, man? Kyle's family?
Yeah. His dad I talk to a lot. His mom and his stepdad used to play in our on a wiffle ball league.
Yeah.
We do a celebrity game. It's really just a parent game. So they pull up to the parent game. We haven't done one in a couple of years, but
I mean, what do they think, man? You see this, man, what you spun that moment into, man.
Yeah.
Like, what do they think, man?
Well, I think they're real supportive and real proud, but I try to also I try to keep it at an arm's distance as well, because, we all have our different ways of grieving, and I just want them to not have to think about this every time they see me. You know what I'm saying? I try to just, make sure they know I'm out here doing the good work, but you don't got to know nothing about it, because I don't want you to have to relive the horrible things that they had to live. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, man.
So, bro, they're sick though. I love his family.
That's nice, man. That's nice. So what does this look like now? So you have tremendous amount of pieces here with you.
Man,
so what you talk about some of your merch, man, how this has evolved to today. I mean, you got little shoes over here. You got the sign behind you, bro.
I'll tell you something, bro. One thing about me that you got to know is I love people. I love people. There's a lot of people out here that say they hate people. I don't want to be around people. I'm the opposite, bro. Yeah. I love people. If I love people with a vision as well. So if you got a vision, I got a brand. I want to help you out. So these paintings right here, there's I don't think the camera can pick it up, but there's like 20 paintings. You see a couple down here.
Grab one if you want.
Dude, so here's just 2. You see 3 up there. I don't even know what these ones are, but I just told her, I said, I met this lady at a pop-up. Shout out Flapjack Art on Instagram.
Shout out.
Flapjack_art. shout out everybody, go follow her. You know what I'm saying? Man. She set up next to me at a pop-up. I see she has amazing work, and I'm just like, hey, you know, Flapjack Art, you know, Jackie, her name's Jackie. I was like, what are the odds you can make me a custom piece? And she said, oh, I could definitely do that. And I said, what are the odds you can make me 20 custom pieces and we could do a little collab project? So I just told her, I said, you put my logo, Your Life is Worth Living on it, and you do the rest. Yeah. I had no clue what she was going to do, bro.
Is it like a stencil or so? Is that a stencil?
That's hand painted, bro. She's talented, dude. She stenciled the logo. She stenciled the logo. Yeah. But everything else, bro, I didn't give her any instructions. I said, you're the master. You do. And she made these, the Royals one, the Chiefs one. I mean, go follow the Instagram. They actually might be all sold by the time this drops. But if they're not, you know, tap in with the Instagram. Holler. Yeah. Hey, for real, this is going to be a nice project. So, you know, that's how I got these art pieces. Then we got the rugs.
Yeah, man.
Coolest rugs. My boy Isaiah Payne. I mean, come on now.
That's dope.
Dude, like handmade in Kansas City, bro. And I was like, am I going to be able to sell rugs? You know, they ain't cheap. Like, I sell them for $125 a piece. Wow. And I'm like, am I going to be able to sell rugs? Like, I don't know if I will or not, but this dude's doing his thing, so he's a local Kansas City guy. Yeah. I'm going to support him. Hit me up with 20. You know, I paid him what I paid him. And I just had the rugs, and I was like, you know, I'm going to just post a little picture of them. Yeah. I was actually going to church that night, so I post a picture of them, turn my phone off, go to church. Come out with 50 messages. I ordered 20 rugs, come out with 50 messages. I respond to all the messages. They're sold out. We sold out in one night. And I'm just like, bro. So I hit him up. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to need 20 more. And he's like, what? Already? Yeah. So, our rugs sold good. These shoes, I'll grab one as well. So these little shoes, shout out to my mom, not my mom, my wife's mom, Cher Simpson. She's my new mom too, you know.
Mother-in-law
too, man.
Yeah, mom number two. She made me these little shoes. We got a couple of versions of them. You could only get these at pop-ups though. Unless you DM me, we could work something out.
What's on the side of that right
It just says UWFZ, and that's supposed to be like a little water. She was just getting creative. She surprised me with it. We did stickers. We got hats. Shirts, hoodies.
I think we might need an Enterrupt KC kicks, man. Some little kicks.
All right, I'm gonna hook y'all up.
Let's do it.
Hey, I'll give you them for free $99. Right. I got you, bro. You guys could all grab one on the way out. I got a little pack I'm gonna give you guys as well. So,
man, what's up?
But yeah,
that's dope, man. I mean, and you got the bags right here.
Man, we got the tote bags. I want to say this. So, talking about how this really started to take off. I got to shout out my boy Alex Trinkle, the owner of Street Warehouse. He used to own a brand called Clever Fools. Okay. Season 2 of the podcast, I DM'd his account. Actually, my boy Adam Harbor, shout out Adam Harbor as well. He had a connection to Clever Fools. They had like 20,000 followers, and I'm like, there's no way they're gonna do a podcast with little Spotify guy that doesn't even have YouTube yet. I didn't even have Instagram yet. Right. So I actually made my Instagram because of that episode was coming up. I was like, all right, now's the time. And I drove to the podcast not expecting anything but an episode and to leave, you know? That dude ended up becoming my best friend, and he's mentored me. I don't think I would be even close to where I'm at today without his mentorship and kind of showing me the ways of doing a clothing brand. And we've both been, you know, finding Christ together as well. We're on the walk together in that aspect, and he's just a great guy. So Alex Trinkle, shout out to you, bro. And the whole Street Warehouse team, for real. Shout out to you guys.
You know what I love about your messaging and your brand is you've talked about God and your faith quite a bit.
Hey, man.
And you don't even pick up that in your brand. Yeah. But it's at the heart and at the core of this. You know what I mean?
Bro, the message is it's like I'm fishing, you know? Yeah. Like throwing out the lure. Mm-hmm. Someone that needs help might catch on, I'll reel them in. Yeah. And then they'll get to know me, get to know the brand, get to know listen to the podcast. Next thing you know, they'll be like, oh, this dude's Christian. And, you know, Christianity, you know, it has this little like a negative aspect to it at times. Like some people have some church hurt or, you know, have some bad experiences. Mm-hmm. Come over here. You know, we're just showing you love. You know, come as you are. That's what my wife says. Come as you are. I don't care who you are. I don't care how you are. Right. Come on, baby. Yeah. You're welcome here. Yeah. You know, your life is worth living.
You know, to touch on that, Foster, right? Like that seems also a struggle that people have that that they test their faith, you know, when things like tragedies like that happen, man. You know, whether it's you know, suicide or unexpected, you know, death of a family member or somebody, they always seem to go that route, like, you know, why God, when all they needed probably, you know, change that to a different direction. But it's hard, man, right?
It's tough, but you just got to remember, we are not in heaven currently. We're here on the earth, and on the earth and the world, you do have God working, but you also have the devil working down here too. So you got to just know what is from God and what is not. You know? So I know that, man. I know that night it wasn't God in my best friend's head telling him to do that. It wasn't God. It was the devil.
Well, even, you know, to say even when you was in that dark spot after that too.
Exactly. He was, the devil was running a little game play on me. You know, he was coming hard at me. So that's kind of why I want to go so hard at this, because I'm saying you're coming at me like that. I'm gonna come back at you even harder.
Sure.
You know?
Do you find, man, like, you know, one of the things I'll just tell you straight up, man, like, especially ever since our friend Mark, you know, passed away, man, I don't even hesitate anymore. Like, if I even feel or sense somebody ain't doing right, I'm shooting a text, I'm calling, I'm gonna go see them. Hey, how you doing, man? You all right? You know, and I appreciate this dude sitting right here next to me, because he's done it for me, you know, and because look, man, like you said, man, life is hard, and I joke about this, man. I've joked about it on podcasts before. Like I joke that my dad, he probably beat all the sensitivity out of me by the time I was like 17, 18. Like, I'm a brick wall, man. You know, like you can call me whatever, say what, I'm gonna just keep moving, you know. But man, you know, you never know what life is going to bring you,
exactly.
right?
You know, and you know, I'm glad you said that, JL, man, because I catch myself, you know, with my closest friends, man, and people that I talk to on the regular, some that are probably going through it or not, man, but I'm making a point to tell them I love them, man. You know, I'm making a point, man, to, hey, I was on my way here talking to this friend of mine, and he had to go to a doctor's appointment today, man. And I call him, hey, man, how'd it go? Everything good? Right. Yeah, I'm straight, whatever. All right, cool. All right, bro, I'll holler at you later. I love you, man. Hey, I love you too. You know, and you got to do that, bro.
Exactly.
You know,
you don't know.
You never know.
Bro, you don't know when the last time will be. I never would have thought when I dropped Kyle off that night at his dad's house, when I left, I never thought that was the last time I'd ever see him at all. And I never once told him that I loved him. We didn't have those deep talks because I didn't think we needed to.
You're 14, man.
Exactly. You're a little kid.
16, whatever.
Yeah, but
you're young.
you know, that's one thing I learned from that. I was like, man, you got to tell the people that you love them, because, you know, you never know whenever you saying that might just save them from, you know, not committing the act, or maybe save them from going out alone. Like, maybe they'll call you in that moment and be like, hey, I'm going through it, and you could be there to help them, you know?
Yeah, man,
but,
for sure.
I tell people I love you, and I think some of them are like,
yeah.
Say what? And I'm like, bro, just say it back.
Don't make this weird, bro. Say it back to me. I feel that, man. And you know, that's, I mean, because I only got 2 boys, man, you know. And again, just telling you how I was raised a little bit, like that whole, like, I love you, like, nah. We didn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, I knew my dad loved me. I just knew, right? I knew he'd do anything for me. But verbally, physically, we wasn't doing any of that. Physically, he was beating me. You know, I say beat. He was whipping my ass. But
out of love, though.
Yeah, out of love. I love you. I love you. But my boys, and they would both tell you every night. I'm like, hey, I love you. Before they go to bed, I love you. I love you. I give him a hug, you know, and I only got one more in my house right now, but, you know, and he jokes with me because now he's got a little girlfriend. He's talking to her on this FaceTime, and he meets me at his door, and I'm like, what, I can't come into your room no more? He's like, nah, man, you know, I'm talking. I'm like, oh, okay. And, you know, I just tell him, hey, I love you. You know, that's what I do. I just embarrass him a little.
That's great,
but, you know, the thing is, man, and that's what I was trying to hit on earlier, Foster, is, you know, we got to evolve as a society. You know, we got to continue to evolve. We've evolved. we're talking about this openly now. We're, having these conversations about it now, but we got a ways to go, man.
A long way, man.
For sure.
And your brand is helping, bro. Like that positivity, man, and that God influence behind it, man. Like that's what. Talk about that for a second, man. Like where'd that come from? You grew up in church or what?
I grew up going to church and stuff, but it didn't really, I didn't really accept Jesus and get to know Jesus that until, whenever the second kid passed away, the kid I didn't know, his funeral was at this church in Lee Summit called Abundant Life. Oh, and I started going there, bro, and everything's changed since then. So if you live in Lee Summit, or they got a couple, campuses around, got one in the Crossroads. Shout out Abundant Life, But, yeah, dude, I just feel like, okay, to be honest, the saying, your life is worth living, I feel like it's only true because of God, Because it's like, why would I dig myself out of that hole? Like, why would I dig myself out of that if I'm just going to die anyways, if that's the end? But that's not the end, bro. When you die, that's not the end. You got so much more. The best is yet to come, you know what I'm saying? So the saying, your life is worth living is true because God is real and God loves us. And, that's why I try to put that message out there. But at the same time, even the people that don't believe, your life is worth living too, Don't give up, because at the end of the day, bro, as long as you don't give up, things will get better. There's a saying that time heals all wounds. It's true, bro.
It's
time heals, as time goes on, you learn how to live and grow. And there's purpose in your pain. That's what I always say. There is purpose in the pain that you went through. The pain that you went through is giving you a new perspective of life, and now you're going to be able to take your story and help others with it, or learn lessons from it. And life throws some tough things our way, but you can learn from everything.
Yeah. Do you do any reading, man? You read?
Yeah, I read a lot. I read a lot.
Do you sound like it? What do you read? What do you be reading?
Dude, well, I've been reading the Bible, and then there's this book. It's called it's kind of a long name, but it's Why Do We Do the Things That We Don't Want to Do? It's kind of a long name. It's a long book name, but it's fire, dude. My homie Alex put me on.
That sounds real familiar to me.
Why do we do the things we don't want to do? Is it an old book, new book?
It's newer. It's like a Christian book. And my wife has these little devotionals she'll read in the morning, so I'll always listen. She'll read it out loud for me.
Okay.
And I listen to a lot of podcasts, not just some I like the Full Send and stuff like that are entertainment, but that's not what I listen to podcasts that bring knowledge and uplift you. There's those entertaining ones too that are funny and stuff. But no, dude, I like to listen to people talk, and there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of good things to say. There's also a lot of podcasts that don't got nothing to say. but
we heard that, man.
This ain't one of them though. Enterrupt KC. This has actually been one of my favorite.
Man, I want to give a shout out to. We met this one young lady, man. Her name is Ariana, man. And she started one, and she's hitting it on the Christian level, man.
Really? That's awesome,
bro.
Man.
So that's shout out Ariana, man.
Yeah, it's funny. She reached out to us. She started watching our episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
And she sent us an email like, "Hey, I don't know if you guys would ever do this for me, but I really want to start my own podcast. But the level of conversation you guys are having with people, like how you guys pull that deepness out of people, I want to do that.
Yeah.
But in a kind of religious sense, Christianity.
Yeah.
She talked about people sharing their testimonies.
Yeah.
And so anyway, D-Rod and I met her at coffee downtown, her and her fiance husband.
Yeah.
Man, look, man, we're an open book, man.
Yeah.
We ain't. Dude, we believe it or not, man, we do this right now for fun.
Yeah,
we ain't made a dime off of this,
That's amazing, bro. That's just how I am.
And to me, because it's about showing people the value of this conversation. Exactly. To your point, right? Yeah. You're like, man, people start podcasts and they ain't saying nothing, That's not what we want, right? I'm not trying to make this about us. My point is Ariana, she shared what she wanted to do, and man, you talked about how you gotta learn to pay attention to the camera. You gotta learn to do this. Man, we was throwing all that at her, do this, do that, do this. And it was pretty dope combo, man.
Yeah, and I brought that up, to give her a shout out because you're talking about your belief in Christianity and everything, talking, man. And podcasting. And I was like, man, it made me think about her. Yeah.
For sure, bro.
So your podcast, man, let's talk about that for a second. Underwater Flyzone. Where'd that name come from?
All right.
Because that's unique, bro.
Yeah.
Like
so,
it.
all right, before I say that, though, I just want to say, I'm sure y'all already know this, but this conversation may not be making no money, but it's priceless, bro.
Hey.
Like, this is worth more than money. For real. That's what I always think on my podcast, too. I'm like, I don't care if YouTube doesn't ever pay me $1. Or if the podcast itself, I know I make a little off the clothing and whatnot. I reinvest all of it. But anyways, the podcast itself is like, bro, it don't make me money, but
it's got its message, man.
It's priceless, bro. It's worth more. Yeah. Some things are just worth more than money, you know?
You know, because I guarantee you, man, that there's people, and like I said in the the intro, man, we all got family and friends, and even we've said it before, and I hate to keep on bringing it up and blow our heads up, but there's people in other states that we know that are watching, and this might help somebody else. So yeah, man, it's priceless, man.
Yeah,
for sure, man, for sure.
So
Underwater
Flyzone comes from, not gonna lie, it's from a Trippie Redd song. Last song on his Life's a Trip album.
He got a song. Yeah,
it's called Underwater Flyzone, bro.
Man. Yeah,
back when I was really going through it, I was listening to X, Trippie, Juice, all those dudes.
Let's go.
R.I.P. to two of them.
Yeah.
And then Trippie's kind of fallen off now, I guess. I don't know. I don't listen to rap anymore, but I don't know if he makes music for real anymore. But anyways, that was some music that was really like helping me through that, just something to relate to. And that song Underwater Flyzone always hit with me for some reason. Just the vocals
lyrics.
and the lyrics and everything about it, bro. The emotion in the song.
Yeah.
So I just always loved that song, and then I don't know what his meaning behind it is, but I kind of made my own meaning up, and I did a little essay over the meaning of it, which essentially it's like when I looked at my friend, I saw the surface of him, but I didn't see what was underneath. I didn't see the pain he was going through. Had no clue, right? And that's kind of how when you look at a pond or a lake, you see the surface, but you don't see everything underneath. But you got fish, sunk boats, all of that underneath the water, but you can't see that when you look at the surface. And that's how people are. That's how my friend was. You just don't know what people are going through, bro. So who knows how many people this podcast or the reels we put out or the shirts that people wear around, who knows how many people those will impact, you know? So that's the whole meaning behind this podcast. Dude, since day one, that's what it's been about. We do our little fun episodes. We did an episode in a gas station. That was freaking funny. That was a good episode, bro. Shout out Larry King. He just hit 1 million on YouTube. So shout out to Larry King. He's a dude from West or East Coast, but he flies out to KC to film content at a gas station here. It don't even make sense. You'll have to go watch the episode. But we do some episodes I had one of my homies, Trevor Huggins. Okay. He played at Northwest. Legendary Northwest basketball player, leads every category in stats. Played in the NBA for a little bit. He got on the podcast twice. So, it's not always these deep conversations, but, we like to mix it up. We like to mix it up with these guests, but you know what we're about. At the end of the day.
Well, the thing is, man, you have a podcast just like us, so you don't know what you're going to get into.
No clue, bro.
And honestly, we didn't know. D-Rod, I can tell you flat out, we never walked into one conversation outside of, I guess, the Royals one, where we knew exactly, we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about that, we're going to, we never. Yeah. Even with you. You know what I'm saying?
Skill.
We didn't know what we're gonna do. We're just gonna talk though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the shout out, man. That's awesome, man. Underwater Flyzone. You said that was Trippie?
Trippie Redd, yeah.
Trippie Redd. Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
Hey, no, that's a skill, though, to be able to hold a conversation like that. I don't know what time we're at here, but we've been going on for a while, and I still feel like we could go for a while more. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
It's just
man,
easy,
we could talk about all kinds of stuff.
We can talk about anything.
Man.
I think we're going to have to do another one of these days, too.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
I see you guys asking all the Kansas City type questions.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to think of my answers for it, but
it's coming. Don't worry.
All right.
We'll get to it, man. We'll get to it.
But I'm telling you, bro, you guys are good at this. You guys are, I mean that, too, because, I see a lot of podcasts. I've been on a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing like this, bro.
Hey, appreciate
Keep
you,
it up,
bro.
boys. Keep it up.
Appreciate you. So what's next, man? You talked about, hey, I got a bigger vision, this and that, right?
You traveling, bro.
Yeah. What are you doing, man?
Well, I'm gonna keep doing these pop-ups. But this isn't. Pop-ups aren't forever, to be honest, because eventually, I'm gonna have a kid. I'm gonna have a family and stuff. And
you newly married.
Yeah.
How long ago?
June 1st. So
okay.
When this drops, it might be 5 months, but right now it's 4 months.
Sure.
Yeah,
Still
dude.
counting the months.
Hey, yeah, we're counting the months. We're trying to hit a year.
And we doing the
years.
years. Sometimes we forget.
Hey,
sorry,
bro.
wifey.
I mean, shoot, I'll probably forget one of these days.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's what's up. What's your wife's name?
Macy. Macy Huggins.
Shout out Macy.
Shout out Macy. I met her.
Yeah, he did meet her. Y'all will meet her too. She's upstairs hanging out with my parents. But yeah, dude, it's just I'm probably not gonna do pop-ups forever, but I got a lot of big dreams. But at the end of the day, they're my dreams. I'm just kind of working hard and seeing where God wants to take me. Because I could have all the dreams I want. Unless he's blessing it, it ain't gonna happen, you know. So I'm just trying to, stay true to what he wants from me. But what I see in my head is, making this brand honestly blow up, like on a full-time level. Because I have 3 jobs that I told you about. I ain't trying to do 3 jobs. I'm trying to do this all day. Every day, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta do something that makes money to hold me over. Because this is still something that I consider a hobby, not a full-time thing. But I would like to get it to a place where I could do it for a full-time thing, but
I don't see that being a problem for you, Foster, man.
Bro,
I mean, compared to where you came from, we got season 1, season 2, season 3 dropping. I mean, them numbers for you blowing up, man. Not to mention now you're incorporating some art, bro. I mean, hey, man, you know what I see? I see that on a wall somewhere. That's a mural.
Yeah,
I already got a couple.
See, there you go. Come on, bro.
They're hidden. I need to throw one on.
We're gonna put one on a big wall.
Yeah. On a building.
With Enterrupt KC above it.
Yeah.
Hey,
come
let's
on,
go.
I'll throw you guys on there too. But
we know some people.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Man. We'll talk after. But yeah, I know a couple people too. We painted a couple murals and whatnot. But one vision that I have for this brand is I want to keep snowballing the money that we make, and then I want to open a gym, because gym is a great place to help with your mental health, man. Bro, that's the place. That's
the hardest thing people don't realize.
Telling you, bro, you could dig yourself out of depression just by hitting the gym for 6 months, but have a gym that is also a place where we have merch and do podcasts. And I also want to have the gym, but have some like high school kids work it, so I could be out traveling doing speaking events, because that's really where I see my future being, is traveling for speaking. And I'm in a little class right now to figure out how to do it and make money doing it, because that's going to be the way to make money. Something's got to make money at the end of the day if I want to do this full time. So I gotta I think speaking will be able to make a significant impact, and I know that people, make some money off of that too. So that might be my job one of these days, hopefully. But if that's what's in God's plan, so that's kind of where I see
them levels of depression, man. You brought that up, man. Them levels of depression, man. Y'all always often, you gotta have different levels of purpose. And I think that's kind of where the fine line that people that are going through that depression, which I've, bro, I'm a 55-year-old man, and I've seen and I've heard and I've lived and I've seen a bunch of that in my lifetime, right? Just trying to figure out what that depression looks like and where it's going to get people out of their own ruts, man. You talked about fitness, man. That's a great one that people don't know. If you get, a lot of people go through that shit, man. And you got to get, like almost active. You got to keep on doing something.
Telling you, bro.
Right?
Well, mind, you got to move your mind.
Move your mind, move your body, be active, get out there. There's so many people, man, and people that.
And there's a science, right? Like there, I don't even know what it's called, but it gets your something going endorphins in your body, your endorphins and stuff. And it just starts taking care of itself, not including the positive that it does, just your physical health.
Yeah, bro.
Mental. It all works hand in hand.
Have you ever suffered from depression or anxiety or anything like that?
Not diagnosed or anything like that, but like when Kyle died, I would definitely say I was depressed. Obviously, But anxiety, I never had anxiety until I was having to make that decision if I wanted to leave teaching or not, bro. Dude, I'm telling you what, the day I found out Kyle passed away, that was the worst day of my life. But there was one night, this used to be my bedroom when I was a teacher, like the room we're in right now. I was in this room up all night. I did not sleep at all. I couldn't sleep because I'm going back and forth. Should I leave teaching? I love these kids so much. I love this job so much. Or should I go after what I feel is my purpose, And I'm going back and forth. and it was giving me so much anxiety, bro. And it was like, it was crazy. I've never felt anxiety, and I've always heard people talk about it, and I kind of never understood it, bro.
Right.
Me too.
Bro, I understood it real quick after that, man. I'm telling you, like, sheesh. So to any of my kids, if any of my kids somehow find this, I love you guys. I'm sorry for leaving. You know, I'll get comments on my YouTube. They found my YouTube. They'll comment, "Why'd you leave us, coach?" I'm like,
man.
Really, they have?
Yeah, they found my YouTube, man. And but the thing is, I'm also doing it for those kids because we would have talks in class of like, "What's your guys' dreams? What do you want, you know, in your future?" And they would have like, "I want to be in the NFL or whatever." But they would then ask me, they would say, "What do you want to be, coach?" And I'd say, "I want to be a motivational speaker and spread my clothing brand." Then they'd say, "Well, why are you here?" And I'm like, how am I going to tell these kids that their dreams are possible and not go after my own, you know?
Well, there's that level of purpose, man.
Yeah, for sure. That gives me more motivation too. Like these kids are they're gonna see me, you know, they're gonna see this brand come up and they're gonna see, oh yeah, Coach Huggins, yeah, he did it, so I can do what I feel is my dream as well. So,
love it, man.
Yeah, I love it too, man. I love it too. So your life is worth living, man. So I see over here Underwater Flyzone established in 2021. When was this officially established? Your brand? Man,
I would as far as like legally established, I would say within the last year. I don't know the actual.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
January or something. Okay, but yeah, I mean, 2021, June 21st, 2021 is the birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's been 3 years, and we had a little birthday celebration at El Dorado. We have another thing coming up at El Dorado. I don't know if you guys can make it or if we want to post something about this, but on November 29th. This coming month, so this will be out by November 29th.
Oh, yeah.
So November 29th at El Dorado in Raymore, Missouri, come out. We're doing 75 custom Underwater Flyzone Christmas crew necks. We're going to profit about 1.2K off the crew necks, and we're going to take all the profit and we're going to buy Christmas presents for as many kids as we can with that money. So and we just got a $250 donation, so now we're working with like 1.4, you know what I'm saying? Right. So if you guys want to help our Christmas project come out on November 29th, they're only going to be available to purchase at the event because there's going to be a high demand. These crew necks are fire. Get yourself a dope crew neck, you know. You can wear it to all your Christmas parties, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Come out and have a good time and, you know, help the movement, help the cause in the process because we got some kids that they might not have the Christmas that, you know, everybody wishes to have without what we're doing. So let's go help these kids out and, you know, make their Christmas.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Man, dude, your energy is incredible, Foster, bro. I mean, for real, like, you know, you said it best. You was like, man, I love being around people. There's people who hate being around people. I love being around people. It, baby. You know?
I got a question.
I mean, it's crazy to me. I love it. I love the energy.
Yeah. I got a question, Foster, man, on your banner here that we're looking at. Yeah, you got a bunch of pictures on there.
Bro, I do have a lot of pictures. Those
are those just from your pop-ups or from your podcast or those people?
Let's see. So you got my homie singing at one of our El Dorado events. Oh, okay. You got me speaking at one of our El Dorado events. You got...
I just asked. I didn't know if it kind of went...
Yeah.
There was something
well, then we got we got... pictures from photo shoots or there is a bunch of pop-up event pictures. Okay. My favorite picture on there, I don't know if you see it, it's down in the bottom left. It's me, my homie Michael that does all my pop-ups with me, and then a dude in a wheelchair wearing one of our hats. Okay. That was the first customer we ever had at the River Market Flea down in the River Market in Kansas City. This is our first ever pop-up. We're setting up. This dude comes wheeling by, grabs one of those gray hats, and he's like, "Man, how much for this hat?" And I was like, I knew he was homeless. I knew right away he was homeless. I was like, "Man, it's 25, but I'll do 15 for you if you have it." And he was like, "I don't got any money, man." Set it down. I said, "Nah, you take this. It's all yours." Okay. Gave it to him. We got a picture with him. And I'm convinced that was God testing me. God sent me a little test. How are you going to be at these pop-ups? Are you going to be greedy, trying to be out here making all this money? Yeah. Or are you going to be really out here for your calling to spread this message? So he sent me that man. That man was an angel, bro. And, you know, we gave him that hat. And it's been up ever since.
That's dope, man.
And I love that dude. I've never seen him again. Wheelchair guy, I've never seen him again. But, you know, he holds a place in my heart for sure.
Yeah, man.
Hey, so a couple fun questions, man, before we transition here a little bit, Foster. Number one, man, dude, keep up this work, man. It's so important, bro. And, you know, there's a reason, and we've hit on it, right? There's a reason why the messaging that you are given is popular and it's going to become more popular is because, you know, just as a society, man, people are struggling, you know, I mean, mental health, you know, all that, suicide, people are just struggling, man. And, you know, it was funny because we were interviewed by the Independent KC Journal, and one of the questions they asked was, why do y'all feel like people are so open to talking to you guys?
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, D-Rod, I was thinking about it when you were talking about how people are responding to your message. I think it's the message. I think it's because we have no agenda.
Yeah.
We have no controversy. It's about community. It's about love. It's about appreciation.
Exactly.
And I think that's why people see us and are like, I like to talk to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Because let's face it, if we were like, man, we're about controversy, we're gonna get all crazy here. You might have been like, nah, man, that ain't really me. You know what I'm saying?
I probably would have.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? So, you know what I'm saying, man, just keep up the great work, bro. Like, what you're doing is incredible. And the fact that you're right here in Kansas City.
Man, we here.
Love that.
Yeah.
Got the Chiefs hat on and everything.
Man, you already know. I didn't know I was going to put it on. I had it sitting over there, but I saw you guys wearing yours.
Hey.
Since you said that, though, bro, one of our other tees, refuse to be enemies.
Hey.
Refuse to be enemies, baby.
Yeah.
We don't do enemies. It says, in a world full of hate, we choose to love at the bottom.
Love that.
And, you know, there's a lot of craziness in the world right now, a lot of divisiveness, but, you know, I don't care.
It's a bunch of crisis, man.
Exactly, bro. I don't care about none of that. I love you no matter who you are, who you support, or none of that, bro.
Yeah.
We refuse to be enemies over here. That's one of our other messages we like to put out.
Let's go. I love it.
All right, man. Some fun questions, man. All right. So you talked about a dream pop-up earlier, but you didn't really say where or when it was.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that. What was the dream pop-up?
I have been to Downtown Days in Lee Summit. It's this little festival they do every summer. I've been there my whole life, gone my whole life. And I always see all these vendors, right? And I'm like... I never even thought I would have anything to sell there, or I was like, that's cool though. I always looked up to those people. Bro, we had to apply. We got accepted. Not only did we get accepted, everybody the whole weekend is saying that they're like, why is your booth so packed? Like, what is going on here? Like, what are y'all selling?
Selling drugs? What are you got going on here?
Bro, I'm telling you, dude, and it's all thanks to my team, bro. Shout out Michael Thomas, Caitlin McConville, Macy Huggins, Jack Fields, Carson Huggins, Jack Green, Brady Simpson, everybody. Dude, I have a whole team of people. They did not ask for any payment. I tried to give them a free shirt. They took the free shirt and Venmo'd me when they got home, bro. I'm like, they would not take anything from me. They said, we believe in what you're doing, and we want to support you. So they're out there working. I'm talking, it was a 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. event, 2 days in a row, and then like a 8 to 4 the third day. It's just it's some long days out there, bro. Man. And it's fun, but it's work too. Right? You're having to talk to people constantly. I could not have done it alone, bro. There were groups of people coming in buying shirts, and I'm just like, and then you'd have one of like the supporters come by, and then I can't just blow them off and go work. I got to engage with them. Love to do that, obviously. But thankfully I had my boys back there and my wife and her friend Caitlin there backing me up, because I would have drowned out there. But dude, Downtown Days in Lee Summit, that was a dream one. And then me and my friend Zane Weston, he owns Sourced Collections. Shout out Sourced Collections. He like thrifts and stuff. We started these brands in Maryville up at college, tiny town. We do Maryville pop-ups. But we would always say, like, what if one day we get to do one in Kansas City? Like, would that not be the craziest thing? And just the fact that we can do it on basically a weekly basis is just crazy to me now. Like, there's events all over the city reaching out to us, and I'm just like, bro, again, God is good.
That's what's up, man. I feel you on we was only at the Fiesta Hispana pop-up. We did our first pop-up. We've done 2 now. Fiesta Hispana, Riverwall, with Shaw, Scribe, Gear, Emmett, all them people. They did the murals down there. Yeah. But now we have one coming up actually this Friday, Dia de los Muertos, over at Matty Rhodes. But I ain't gonna lie. After that one we did at Fiesta Hispana, we was out there for like 2.5-3 hours. Yeah. I was beat.
Oh, man.
I was like, man. And first of all, it was hot as hell.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
hot.
I mean,
yeah.
you know, it was hot as hell. We were
Yeah.
out in front, not under the tent. And
I mean, you got to be, right?
Yeah,
you got to be out
you.
there, right there.
yeah, I mean, we were trying to engage people, right? And
Yeah.
so yeah, we was out there, man. I remember getting in my car and being like, I'm about to pass out. Like, I'm so tired.
It's crazy, but like this Saturday we're going out to Lawrence, Kansas for an
Hey,
event.
shout out Rock Chalk Jayhawk,
Hey,
man.
Rock Chalk Jayhawk, you already know, bro.
Let's
But
go.
Dang, our football team needs to figure something out. But
Man.
anyways, yeah, bro. But you know, we're going out to Lawrence, and then on Sunday, bro, we're going to Arkansas. Second time going to Arkansas.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
So we got a big weekend coming up, and shoot, I'm not ready for it, but I'm ready for it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, it's gonna be a long weekend, but it's gonna be a great weekend.
Has
So-
anybody ever approached you like a national brand and been like, hey, yo, man, I see this. Tell me about this.
Honestly, bro, okay, I'm not even trying to talk myself up. I feel like we're the biggest brand at every pop-up. I haven't met a real national brand yet.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny,
No, I
'cause
mean,
we'll walk
co-
in there and we don't look the part, to be honest. Like, we'll walk into like a sneaker event, and there's all like the people wearing like some cool shoes, and I got like my dusty New Balances on, like
Yeah,
some trash
yeah.
shoes. You know, don't really look the
And they're
part.
like, why
Then
you
we
here
go-
at this sneaker show?
Yeah,
you know?
they're kind of looking at us like, who are you? Why are you here? And then we end up going crazy. And then by the end of it, I got follow all of them on Instagram. They all follow back. And we're homies with them. And then we pull up the downtown days. It's all, 40 plus vendors, like 40-year-old and up. Then you got some kids I was the oldest one at my tent,
Wow.
Some kids walking in, bro. Not a kid, but they thought I was a kid, and they thought, what is this dude doing here, setting up piles of shirts?
They didn't go like, yo, Bobby Witt. Oh, wait, no, that's not Bobby Witt.
Next time, wear his jersey, bro.
Hey, yeah, I should. I actually met Tech Nine at
Hey,
Pop
shout
Up.
out Tech.
He actually he didn't buy the shirt. I gave him the shirt, but he has a shirt, so
Dope.
that's crazy. But
Come
yeah,
on,
dude, we
Tech.
show up and we're just like, it's like they're like, who's this? Like, why is this young kid here? And then by the end of it, they're like, what are y'all doing over
Yeah,
here?
yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
got people
yeah,
in and
yeah.
out. But
I mean, you ain't selling $500 sneakers, you know what
no,
I'm
I'm
saying?
selling, and our shirts aren't cheap after we switched over the material because, they're not cheap to buy. I never thought I'd spend so much money on a dream. Like,
Yeah.
it's fun to dream until you got to put the payment down. Then it's kind of like, oh my goodness,
Yeah,
bro.
what am I
But,
doing? Yeah.
so they're like, we do $40 tees on the website and in person. We do 40 or 3 for 90. So, like 10 off each.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of people show up with a group and I'm like, let's show love. You don't want to have 2 people get a shirt and then the third person not.
Right.
Let's hook people up with 3 for 90.
Right.
I honestly, I give so many deals that it's probably bad for the business, but we ain't about it's not. I want a profit to grow this, but I'm trying to get people the message at the end of the day.
I hear
There's
that.
so many things going on here, man. So many. I mean, you're sitting here talking about that, man, and I'm like, man, there's so many events, whether they're car shows, whether they're neighborhood deals going on. I mean, we go to them all the time, man.
Yeah.
So, man, I could just see you everywhere, man.
I'm very blessed that my brand fits in every crowd.
Everyone,
I mean,
man.
it's every crowd. We could go to a car show. We could go to a arts and crafts fair. We
It's
could
just-
go to a sneaker streetwear event, and
Yeah,
we're gonna
man.
be fitting in with all of them.
Yeah.
So, other question, man. So, we always kind of ask people, particularly artists, like, what would Enterrupt KC look like? So, you're in the merch business, right?
Yeah.
You got merch all behind you. Enterrupt KC,
Yeah.
it's a logo, it's a brand. We're building it from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
If you was to give us advice on how to put this on and the best item to put it on first that's going to generate back, like, okay, you're going to get money back on this one.
Yeah.
What would your advice be?
I would go straight to Street Warehouse. They got a deal coming up in November. I'll put y'all on. I'm also never a gatekeeper. I tell people the secret sauce to all my stuff. So I got y'all with whatever you need. I would go to Street Warehouse. They're doing a deal in November. I think it's like $350 for 24 LA apparel tees, so good shirts. You could sell them. I think that's like $14 a shirt. You could sell them for $30. Throw your Enterrupt KC on the front. And bro, you'll sell them. That gives you something that your pop-ups you could give out as well. And you know, I get my stickers from China. You know, I got 11,000.
Got the sign from China, right?
Yeah, bro. Shout out to China, low key. But, dude,
shout out.
I spent like $400 on 11,000 stickers, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be I got stickers for life, you know. So I would
and they're quality stickers.
Yeah, it's like it's called like guerrilla marketing. You know, you get a bunch of stickers, you pass it out, and then you also like slap them on all the poles in the city, man. So I would definitely get some stickers and just start small with a little, you know, little t-shirt order and see how it goes, and then that's what I did. Yeah. Now for you guys, you know, I think that would be a great avenue to go down. To be honest,
okay.
I think
we'll follow up, man. We'll follow up. Yeah. I'm just curious because you know there's probably young people who are trying to build a little brand. They might have an idea, right? Yeah. You know, what do they want to throw their dollars at first? You know what I'm saying?
I would say to anybody out there that's trying to start a brand, first thing I would do is DM uwfz.podcast. I'm telling you, bro, you know how like in SpongeBob, I didn't watch SpongeBob that much, but you know how they like kept the Krabby Patty formula like secret? Like it's like Chick-fil-A's secret sauce. Yeah, bro, if you want the secret sauce, I tell everything to everybody. I've given out my designer. Like, I didn't design this. I came up with the vision and then paid a dude in Indonesia to design it. He sent the design back to me, you know, because I don't know what I'm doing, you know. I don't know what I'm doing, so I pay someone else.
You don't know, but you do know. You know what I mean?
Like, I know what I know, but what I don't know is how to get on a computer and design some stuff out. So I pay a dude to do it. So if you want his name, you know, hit me up.
Hey, you know? That's dope, man.
I share it to everybody, and some people are like, "Don't you like fear that someone will like catch up to you if you share it?" I'm like, I hope they do, bro. Yeah. I hope they do.
Let's go.
Like, I hope their brand takes off. You know, there is enough for everybody.
There's enough for
and
everybody.
Like I said, bro, I'm trying to see people succeed.
Well, especially with your message, bro.
Yeah, dude. So hit me up if you need some clothing brand or. I don't really have podcast advice. But if you need some clothing brand advice, I got you. Hit these dudes up for podcast advice.
Let's go. All right, man. Appreciate that, Foster, man. We're going to switch gears, man. So, Enterrupt KC, people, places, and things, Kansas City, man. You said this. You were like, y'all be doing these questions. You know, I was trying to think of my answers.
Man, I've tried.
You know, it's fun, man. It's all in good fun, bro. It's all good. So, we're going to ask you a question, you know, this versus that. You got to pick one and then tell us why.
Oh, good.
Okay.
All right, let's get it.
So I'm going to let D-Rod go first.
All right. People, places, thing, right? People. Here we go. Rob Riggle versus Brad Pitt. I
got to go Rob Riggle because isn't he like KU fan and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Rob
Big
Riggle
KU.
For sure.
Is he?
Rob Riggle. Yeah, and he's like always around it. Like he was in the Chiefs parade and stuff.
Yeah,
I think I high-fived that dude. I was in the front row.
Hey,
No, Rob Riggle all day. I high-fived him, so it's got to be him, right?
All right, let's go with another people. Arthur Bryant versus Ollie Gates.
Bro, is Ollie Gates like the one who started Gates Barbecue?
Yeah.
Oh, then him. No, all day.
Yeah.
Who's the other guy? I don't know the other guy.
Arthur Bryant is the dude who started Arthur Bryant's Barbecue.
Oh,
so
bro,
down off Brooklyn.
I need to explore more barbecue. Like I honestly, we went to Jack Stack growing up. Pretty much only Jack Stack. Now we're only going to Joe's, and you know I've been to Gates a couple times.
Yeah. Which Joe's you go to from out here?
Dude,
the 119th.
So I do the one over in Leawood with the fam. But now that I'm doing this little job where I travel all over the city, I go anywhere, bro.
Yeah.
It's lunchtime. And I just look up Joe's Barbecue.
I feel that.
If it's a Friday, I'm hitting it.
Okay.
So. Well, in that case, let's see if you've been to any one of these places. All right.
Okay.
Copini's Deli versus Giovanni's Deli.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even heard of them. I'm gonna have to tap in though.
All right.
Well, I know you heard of these places.
Okay.
Oceans of Fun versus Worlds of Fun.
I'm going oh man, that's tough. I'm going Worlds of Fun, just cause like when you drive past Worlds of Fun, it's kind of a flex for the city.
It is.
To be like
big ass roller coaster in the sky.
Yeah, that's tough. Like it's hard. So it's gotta be Worlds of Fun. Even though Oceans of Fun's more my vibe, but you know.
I always felt like, especially growing up, like whenever I'm driving that way. And you see is it like a water tower or something? It's got the rainbow colors on it.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, they flex talking about like.
I'm telling you, bro.
That's Worlds of Fun.
I'm telling you, I drive past Worlds of Fun every single day, and yeah, it's always like, that's sick that we have that in our city.
Let's go.
All right, KC winter versus KC summer.
KC summer, bro, for sure.
Yeah.
But the only reason I would say winter is because that's when the Chiefs are just out here winning rings, bro.
Hey, let's go. So, that's when the parade is.
That's when the parade is, bro. Yeah, dude, for real. Dang, I gotta say summer because I live on the lake, bro.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Summer's lit for
that's when you're
me,
out there.
But man, winter's got its upside too, though. So that's a good question.
Right on.
It's all good in KC, baby.
Yeah. Well, some people don't like either one. I mean, some people prefer the winter over the summer.
Man,
it's hot, it's cold, whatever.
You gotta get over that. That's too long to dislike it, bro. It's like,
every year somebody always be like, I can't wait till summer gets here when it's getting cold, and then vice versa. Like, it's too hot.
No, I love it. We get all the seasons here, bro.
Man.
All the seasons.
All right, let's see if you know these places. The Peanut versus Tanner's.
Oh, Tanner's, bro. I know Tanner. I don't really know the Peanut. But
you don't? Okay.
No, but I know Tanner's.
What you getting at Tanner's?
Bro, I switch it up. Honestly, everywhere I go, I switch it up every time.
Yeah,
so I don't have like one meal.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tanner's for sure.
Okay. Bet.
All right. I'm bringing back this question, man. We did it in early episodes, man. So, all right, here we go. People, place, things, man. Give me one thing that you feel best represents Kansas City.
Man, it's just Pat Mahomes, the best represents KC, bro. The way he is.
Yeah.
He's a dog. He's just that guy, bro. Like, he's not controversial. He's just good, solid dude, bro. He
talks right.
Yes, he's got the cut that's like different, you know what I'm saying? Like, people from KC are just
yeah.
Honestly, he might have inspired mine a little bit. I'm not but that's what I'm saying. Like, I kind of went more for the Mahomes and the Bobby Witt, but
right.
It is what it is, bro.
Back in the day, they called that the Heisman, remember?
Yeah.
But one more thing that KC's that spot at the World War II museum that just overlooks the city, bro.
Yeah.
That's just like, man, that's just a flex, bro. Other cities don't have a spot like that.
The World War One,
yeah, or World War One,
yeah. All right, you say you travel around the city, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you moving around? You on highways quite a bit?
Every day, bro.
Every day.
So I'll tell you, one of my jobs is roofing sales. I sell roofs. So, I got to lead tomorrow in Blue Springs, and I got to go to Shawnee, and I got to go to Liberty. I'll probably go Blue Springs, Liberty, Shawnee, but yeah, I'm everywhere, bro. Then Harrisonville.
Wow.
So everywhere. Yeah.
You are everywhere.
That's just one day.
All right. So then I-35 versus I-70.
I'm going to say I-70 because I could put a blindfold on and drive down I-70, bro. I've done it so many times. It's like, but it's
I-35, you're going to hit a wall, bro. You put a blindfold on.
They all get busy, bro, but I-70 is just, it's just too easy, bro.
All right, man, cool. That's the man. I think, man, what you're doing here, man, is great. It's phenomenal,
amazing,
man. I love everything about it. Your message, man. We can go on and on, brother. We're talking about a bunch of stuff, and like you said earlier, man, we can get you back on here and we'll go around too,
absolutely, man.
Right.
When you blow up and you got that industrial building we was looking for, some part of town.
Bro, there's going to be some weights in there, though.
Let's go.
I'll get y'all on mine podcast, too, if you're interested.
Oh,
absolutely, bro.
I'd love to.
Love to chop you.
I'm gonna ask you one more thing, man, and then JL got the last thing to ask you, man. But is there anything that you'd like to add to give to our audience, man? Something we didn't ask you, something you want to add, man?
Man, just to everybody out there, don't forget that your life is worth living, because for real, no matter what you're going through, you will get through it as long as you don't give up. So if you don't give up, you're gonna get through it, and you're gonna see the light at the end of the tunnel. When a storm comes through a city and destroys the city, it sucks, right? It hurts. You gotta rebuild, but the rebuild is so special. You're gonna get a whole new city out of it. The storm comes through your life, it hurts, it breaks you down, but the rebuild, bro, stick around for the rebuild. I'm so glad I didn't give in to my depression and my suicidal thoughts, because I never would be experiencing any of this right now. So there's so much light at the end of the tunnel, and it might not feel like that at times, but just know that you are loved and you're not alone. So if you need anybody to reach out to, uwfz.podcast on Instagram. Like I said, I'm talking to people weekly. Like, I just got off a call, not today, but like a couple days ago, from a dude in Florida. Okay. Never saw him, probably never will see him in my life. But hey, it's a blessing to have those conversations, and I would love to talk to anybody that needs it.
Yeah, I just want to add too, man. life, man, to what you're saying, Foster, man. You know, like chaos is a ladder, bro. You know, and people climb that ladder. You know, put it in a metaphor, right? People climb that ladder and just jump off of it per se, right?
Yeah.
Without climbing it to the next level, which will get them to that better platform, you know.
Yeah.
And looking down on that chaos, man.
Yeah,
a lot of people need to, and I hope they see that and see this and follow you, man, with your IG and your website that's coming soon. And like you said, man, reach out to them. You know, we all know people.
Yeah.
One way or the other, man.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
man, I love your message. I love what you're doing, brother. And
Appreciate you, bro.
sky's the
I'm gonna
limit
grab
with
my
you,
kid
man.
a shirt before I dip out of here, man.
Got you, bro.
Because he's about this, man. My son.
Your kid's older.
Both
though,
my
right?
kids.
Yeah.
We got the youth tees now.
Nah,
as well.
they big. Nah, bro. I got big kids, bro. I got big
All
kids.
right, I got you.
But I feel that.
Hey, one more thing I want to say though. I forgot to bring this up. So my guy Connor, Brad Poles, I told you about. He's had cancer his whole life, bro.
Oh wow.
And he has been in remission, so he's been good. Like we go out play tackle football with the dude, and he's fine. He trucks us, you know. But last Christmas, like the day after our Christmas event last year, they found more cancer in his neck, and he had to go back into the hospital, do a bone marrow transplant, and all was well, bro. He had to hit 100 days, and he was good. He hit 100 days, and 2 days later, they find out there's more, so he had to go back through the whole process.
Oh man.
But they're saying he might not have to get another bone marrow transplant. They're saying that the thing they did first is actually starting to kick in and work. I don't know what. Too much medical stuff going on for me to really know what's happening. All I'm saying is pray for my boy Connor Olson. He's gonna pull through, and he's gonna be on the next episode with me.
Let's go.
Yeah, I've been grinding by myself, but that I wouldn't be here without that dude. You know, buying in with me. He was nervous to throw in $2,000 of his own dollars into something that was not guaranteed to ever pay you back. You know, but he did. So I much respect to that guy, and excited for him to get back on the grind with me.
Shout out Connor, sure, man. You gonna make it back, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
He's gonna be straight.
Last thing, man. Tell us you're from KC without telling us you're from KC.
Bro, this is the question I could not figure out how to answer. I'm just like, there's so many things, bro. There's so many things.
A lot of people say it.
There's so many things. It's just like,
man.
I feel like people from Kansas City just have this vibe, you know? It's like, it's just different here. Like, when I was in Chicago, it's just different out there than it is here. I would actually say Chicago is the most similar city I've been to us for some reason. But, shoot, how to tell you that I'm from KC without telling you I'm from KC? I would say I wish my hats were still here. You got to look at my hat closet. You'll know I'm from KC real quick, bro. I got like 20 Chiefs hats and like 30 Royals hats, bro. I'm like a hat addict. Yeah. And bro, that's how you probably would know. You go in my closet, you're gonna be like, yo, he's from KC.
It's funny, right? So IG, there was some female on there. I can't remember who it was. I want to say maybe Kansas City Places or whatever her name is. Mm-hmm. And she put on there, like, ask me any question. And I tell us you from KC without telling us you're from KC. And, you know, she responded back with a video response of different shirts of Kansas City, you know, just like done, bam, bam, bam. And I was like, yeah, you from Kansas City. Yeah. Because, you know, we all got to rock, man.
We representing, man.
We represent for sure. And another way we could, if you responded with a video of you just swerving through traffic, bro, just freaking cutting people off, going 100 miles an hour in rush hour traffic. Yeah, that's somebody from KC too. People are crazy here, bro. Yeah. I know it's probably nothing compared to like New York or whatever.
Ain't no traffic.
It's funny, man.
They're in a standstill. Here it's like there's. I was with one of my homies the other day. We were coming back from the Chiefs home opener, and I'm a responsible driver. I got too much to lose, bro. But this dude apparently had nothing to lose because we're just like, bro, we're getting right up on somebody and he's hitting the gas. I'm just like, I'm sitting here holding the thing like, what is going on? Shit? I'm like, bro, chill. But I didn't want to tell him chill because, you know, I was just like, bro, get us home safe. And he was cutting up, though. I'm just like, man, this dude's from KC, bro. Hey. That's all.
No more games with that dude.
It's funny because one of the things I've been, you know, D-Rod and I were always trying to think of new ways to engage people. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start asking people, describe the worst intersection in Kansas City. you know, and I mean, I don't know if you have a response. You have a response, you might know one.
Oh man,
because I know several.
When I'm driving around, bro, there's multiple though. There's like one in every area of the city. There's like one in Lee Summit, one in Independence. There's one in Shawnee,
highways, bro.
Yeah, dude. It's just like honestly, when you drive around everywhere for a job, you just hope to get done with all your work by 2 because after 2, you're not getting home till 6.
I feel that, bro. I feel that. Well, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Foster, man. Appreciate you, man. What you're doing, the work, man. Thank you for joining us on Enterrupt KC. JL,
D-Rod.
We are out of here, everybody. Like, follow, share, subscribe, man. Come holler at our boy Foster up here. Your life is worth living. Do not forget that.
Let's get it.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.